Hello everyone and welcome to the WCG for Match 7 of the 2023 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees a huge clash between the two most successful sides in Australia Day T20 Big Bash history as the defending champions HOWZAT take on Nice Gary. It's a first outing in this year's tournament for Nice Gary. However, for the defending champions HOWZAT, an opening loss to taking over means that this is do or die. You can see the group standings on your screen now. HOWZAT rooted to the bottom after their defeat to taking over in match 3, which means a loss in this clash of the Titans would prove fatal. Captains are in the middle and ready for the toss. So the HOWZAT skipper Brendan Scott wins a toss and he is elected to bat first. It's as you were for HOWZAT from their opening match defeat. The side captained by Brendan Scott once again, and he will be joined by Daniel Arnold and Kay Cook. Cook in particular having an impressive showing with the bat in his opening fixture at the Australia Day T20 Big Bash. And as for Nice Gary, there are two changes to last year's side. There's no George Paneros and no Harry Dean for this year's tournament. So Matthew Starr and Matt Thorne will be entrusted with filling the huge void left by those two players. And just before we get underway, we'd like to thank our major partner for this year's tournament, Better Beer, who have been fantastic since jumping on board. It's always a day for it here at the WCG. A huge clash here in the context of Group C. Let's get it on. And predictably, it will be the HOWZAT skipper Brendan Scott who will get this innings underway with the bat. Was dismissed for 9 in his side's opening match defeat, the taking over. Can he get them off to the start they're looking for here? So HOWZAT need to win to keep their title defence alive. And it's going to be Matthew Starr who's going to bowl around the wicket for the first over to Scott. Here he's in now, and this one's a back of a length delivery, a quick delivery. Oh, and it's been signalled to wide first up there by the umpire. So a quick start there from Starr, who we haven't seen too much of. Actually, we haven't seen any of him at the WCG before. But he starts off with a wide. So HOWZAT are away. This one's a full toss and it's hammered down the ground from Scott for his first runs in this clash. That's a gift to Scott and he gleefully accepts. 5 without loss. So Starr to continue to Scott in the opening over. Here he's in now. This one's another full toss and it's another one driven down the ground for back-to-back boundaries for Scott. This is the start HOWZAT we're looking for in this crunch clash. Scott's away. So Starr under a bit of pressure here in his first over at the Big Bash. Here it's another full toss, this one driven through mid-wicket on this occasion, and it's a third successive boundary. Can't find his length here in this opening over, can Starr, and he's been punished. HOWZAT no wicket for 13 in the opening over, as Starr will continue again to Scott, and this one's a better delivery, another one banged in, and this sails past the chest of Scott. Well, this is certainly quick stuff here from Starr. Looks to be capable of bowling a very heavy ball indeed. As we arrive at the final delivery of the opening over. Here he's in now, this one's another full delivery, and this one's played through mid-wicket again. And this is the 4th boundary of the over. 17 off the opening over. HOWZAT are away. It'll be the skipper, Josh Bolling, to bowl the second over of the innings. He's in around the wicket here to Scott, and this one's a good delivery on a good length. And Scott is happy enough to leave this one alone. Well, Bolling does have some history against Scott in this tournament down the years. They've dismissed him twice in their 2 meetings in the 2018 edition, and he'll be hoping he can repeat the dose here. So HOWZAT 17 without loss, as Bolling is in once again to Scott, and this one's a full delivery and it's driven down the ground for Scott's 5th boundary. He is already raced to 20. HOWZAT 21 without loss and well on top. Bolling to continue around the wicket here in the second over. Here he's in now, this one's another flighted delivery, hit back towards him, and he cannot take the catch. And furthermore, it's gone through his hands and all the way for 6. That is an opportunity missed. It was travelling, but you've got to take him. HOWZAT 27 without loss. As Bolling will continue again now to Scott. It's another full delivery. It's another one driven down the ground. Scott is on fire here in this do-or-die clash. He's motored along to 30. It's 31 without loss. So Nice Gary up against it here in match 7, as it's the second debutant, Matthew Thorne, to bowl the third over of the innings, and this one's a good length delivery, which beats Scott outside the off stump. That's the first errant shot in his innings so far. Thorne to continue to Scott in the third over. Here he's in now, that one's another good delivery, bang on the money, and Scott drops it on the offside and will move through for a single. So how's that move along to 32 without loss? Scott not out 31 in this massive clash here between two of the heavyweights of the tournament who meet for a record equaling 6th time in Big Bash history. Thorne will continue again now to Scott in the third over, and it's another play miss here from Scott. So it's a good over so far here from Thorne, just the one off it, as we arrive at the final delivery of the third over. Thorne into Scott here over the wicket. As Scott advances, it's another play and a miss here from Scott. It's a brilliant debut over from Thorne, just the one off it. 32 without loss with 1 to go. So it's going to be Matt Starr who will bowl the final over of the innings. Here he's in now to Scott. It's a full delivery, gets a thick inside edge onto his body, and he's going to move through for a single. Another quick delivery there from Starr, and Scott can't get it away on this occasion. So 33 without loss here at HOWZAT, who are pretty well placed here in this final over. Starr will continue to Scott. This one's a full toss hit towards bowling there at cover, who drops the catch. And I think for the second time in the innings, this has gone all the way for 6. Let's have a look. Oh, he's going to take it. And it has gone for 6. Big runs. So another life there for Scott. Starr will continue to the HOWZAT skipper here in the final over. And there's no life here. It's a top edge and it sails over the fence. So his innings comes to an end on 38. A big knock for his side in the context of this series. So HOWZAT 1 for 39 with 2 deliveries remaining in the innings. And that wicket now brings Daniel Arnold to the crease at number 2. Dismissed for a golden duck in his side's opening match defeat. Can he get a few away to the boundary? So it's Starr to Arnold here in the final over. Arnold advances, and that is a rip snorter from Starr. Gee, he can really send them down, can the big man. That has leaped off a length. Play that. So we arrive at the final delivery of the innings. Starr to Arnold, and Arnold gets a top edge, and this one goes over the fence as well. So it's a positive end to the innings here for the 2-time champs. However, HOWZAT finished 2 for 40, and it's going to be a formidable chase for Nice Gary. So a response was needed from HOWZAT, and they responded brilliantly at the top of the order with their skipper, who made 38. HOWZAT finished 2 for 40 after their 20 deliveries. Matthew Starr picking up 2 wickets on debut. A brilliant third over from Matt Thorne helped pick things back. And it's a stern chase required here for Nice Gary. 41 to qualify for the quarterfinals. And it is going to be Matthew Starr who will get this run chase underway for Nice Gary with the bat. We've not seen what he can do with the bat, but we know he's an accomplished cricketer outside of the WCG. Can he get the Blues off to a good start here in this run chase? 41 to get. It's going to be Cade Cook to bowl the first over. Here he's in now, and much like how Nice Gary's inning started, this one begins with a wide. So Nice Gary are away for the run chase. So Nice Gary no wicket for 1. As Cook will continue again now to Starr, and this one's a good delivery, bang on the money, and Starr is solid in defence. So a good response with the ball there from Cook after his opening wide. As he'll continue again now to Starr, who Starr gets a thick outside edge onto the fence, but he opts against taking a single. So 2 consecutive dots there for Cook and HOWZAT, which will be the order of the day here for the defending champions. As Cook is in once again to Starr, who advances. Oh, and this one goes right through the gate. Oh, and that cannot have been far away from that leg stump. He will take a look. Oh, missed by enough. Cook to continue to Starr in the opening over. He's in now. This one's a full delivery, and it's brilliantly whipped away through mid-wicket by Matt Starr for his first runs at the WCG. That is a brilliant bit of timing. 4 runs. So Matty Starr away for the run chase. So we arrive at the final ball of the opening over. Here advances at Cook and gets it on the full and whips it through mid-wicket again for back-to-back boundaries. He's off and racing here in the run chase. Nice Gary 9 without loss. So it's going to be the skipper, Brendan Scott, who will bowl the second over of the innings. Here he's in now to Starr, who gets a thick outside edge, and he moves through for a single. to tick the scoreboard over for the two-time champs. So a decent first delivery there from Scott. It's well played by Star, who gets it away. Moves through for a single. Scott to continue to start in the second over. Here he's in now, and this one's a good length delivery, and Star is back and across. And he gingerly moves through for a single as he's got the thongs back on. So this is good stuff here from Star, who keeps it ticking along. No wicket for 11. Scott to continue to start in the second over. Here he's in now. This one's a full toss, and it's brilliantly whipped through the onside again from Star for his third boundary. A poor delivery there from the HOWZAT skipper, and it's punished. It's going to be Daniel Arnold who will bowl the third over of the innings. Here he's in now, round the wicket to Star, and he starts with a full toss, and it's hammered down the ground for another boundary. Star is on fire here in this run chase. He's moved along to 18. It's 19 without loss. 22 required from 8 deliveries, as Arnold's in once again to Star, and this time he's on the back foot as he punches this down the ground for another boundary. Star moves into the 20s and looking impressive indeed. And are the alarm bells starting to ring here for the defending champs? 18 to get from 7. As Arnold's in around the wicket once again to Star. And this one's a full delivery, and he gets an outside edge. And it goes all the way for 6. Matthew Star standing up for Nice Gary. And they are on track here. It's now 11 to get off 6 as Arnold's in for the final ball of the over, and it's another one that hits the meat of the bat, but this one sails over the fence. It's a big wicket for HOWZAT. Star's impressive knock has to come to an end on 28. Nice Gary 1 for 30 with 1 to go. So Nice Gary 1 for 30, and that wicket now brings Matt Thorne, the debutant, to the crease at number 2. What a time to come to the crease for your first stick at the WCG. So it's 11 to get from this final over. It will be the HOWZAT skipper to bowl it as he's into Thorne over the wicket, and this one's a quick delivery which beats Thorne outside the off stump. So it's a precious dot there for the defending champs. So 11 to get from 4 deliveries. Scott to continue to Thorne. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery, gets a thick inside edge, and it flies away to the boundary. That will do nicely for Nice Gary. Thorne off the mark. These are precious runs. 7 to get from 3 now. Well, things getting tense here again at the WCG. Scott is into Thorne, who times this brilliantly through the offside. It's back-to-back boundaries for Thorne. It's now 3 to get from 2 deliveries. They're almost there. So can Thorne be the hero? A clean hit will do this now for Nice Gary. Scott into Thorne, and this one's a back of a length delivery, and it's a wild swing and a miss there from Thorne, who doesn't make contact. So it's 3 to get from this final delivery. 2 will tie it. Scott to Thorne. It's a full delivery. It hits him on the leg. He's going to scramble through for a leg by. He's not going to get back for 2. HOWZAT hold on by the barest of margins to keep their title defence alive. What a contest we've had here in match 7. These 2 heavyweights always put on a show, and this one didn't disappoint again. It's HOWZAT who just about hold their nerve and prevail by 1 run here in match 7 to keep their tournament and title defence alive. So we've been treated to another cracker here at the Australia Day T20 Big Bash, and it is the defending champions HOWZAT who sneak home by 1 run. The skipper standing up with the blade with 38. Matthew Star on debut making 28 for Nice Gary, as well as picking up 2 wickets and a man of the match performance. But it is the defending champions who keep their tournament alive. So as we have a look at how things stand in Group C, HOWZAT move into second spot, but they will have a nervous wait to see the outcome between taking over and Nice Gary. If Nice Gary prevail here in match 11 and pick up 2 wickets in the process, they will leapfrog HOWZAT into second position. So Group C is coming down to the wire. So as we look ahead to the next match of the tournament, it's the final contest of the second round of matches. Smack My Pitch Up looking to cement top spot as they take on 2 inches short of a length, and it's up next.